Koh Lipe, some call it the Maldives of Thailand, a small island surrounded by white sandy beaches and crystal clear green water. Koh Lipe is best known for snorkeling, scuba diving, and just chilling on the gorgeous beaches. 3 days on a small tropical island just doesn't get any better than this. Koh Lipe is on the southern tip bordering Malaysia and also our final destination here in Thailand as we journey onward to Malaysia next. So sit back and enjoy the view. Hey everyone, I am back with the next Far East Journal entry. This time it's a small island of Koh Lipe. The long speedboat ride was uneventful, but we were glad to get off our butts and start moving again. It was a pretty seamless entry through the Bundhaya Pier where we paid our park entry fee, then grabbed the tuk-tuk, and off we went to the resort. Folks, please bear with me as my videos will be days of activities condensed into half-hour segments, meaning that most clips will be sped up. But I'm pretty sure you get the gist, and also would probably pass out from boredom watching it all in real time. I won't be making an appearance this round, but I will jump in periodically to voice over some key areas. As usual, all links of interest will be listed below in my description, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Now, on with the good stuff.
Yeah.
At the beginning of our trip, we had made one promise that one destination we would splurge on the accommodations. Lipe Beach Resort was the one, and you'll see why. We paid a little bit more for this, but it was definitely worth the price. The place was organized, the staff was amazingly friendly, the rooms were spacious and clean, and the view was spectacular. There were these two young guys who handled all the guest baggages, and they were there for the 3 days that we were there, and man, I tell you, those guys worked hard. There's the massage parlor on the left hand side there, and then you have the restaurant on the right hand side. Our stay included breakfast, so we got these vouchers, so every morning they had a menu breakfast. This is our room here, so when you walk in, you have the big bed with the mosquito net. We never used it. There was no mosquitoes there, which is really weird. We never encountered any mosquitoes.
Counter space, see? This is simple.
I had to make that comment because the last two places that we stayed at, in the washrooms, there were no counter spaces. We had barely any spot to put our bathroom and stuff in. So, but just look at this view right outside of our door. It's just amazing. It's crazy. The beaches are just massive in Thailand, and they're never busy. Like the beach here, we have the Sunrise Beach, and on the right hand side you see the cabanas. They're never full. There's hardly anybody there. You do have to buy something to use them, but you see the chairs on the left hand side, and it's never really occupied. There's maybe at any given time, the 3 days that we were there, probably maybe 10-20 people on that beach, and that's pretty much it. And that beach it goes on forever. It goes around the island, right? But that's one thing I love about Thailand is that the beaches are not like it is here. It's just over here it's packed, right? I guess there's so much beach there that everybody's kind of spread out all over the place. Next to the beaches, Koh Lipe is famous for this walking street. As you can see, we're a little bit early in the walking street, but it's already starting to get busy, and things don't open up till later on. With Thailand, you don't see a lot of stores open during the day because it's so hot. So stores tend to open later on when things start to cool and the weather starts to cool down a little bit, and everything starts late. The walking street is about, I would say, probably about a kilometer and a half from start to end. and you see that it's just filled with dive shops, restaurants, bars, massage parlors, tattoo parlors. It just keeps going on, and the food is just good there. The seafood. Now, unfortunately, with Koh Lipe, because it's kind of a remote area, things are a little bit more expensive compared to Koh Lanta, Phuket, and those kind of places, because everything has to be imported and shipped in from pretty far away to Koh Lipe. So that's why the prices are a little bit higher on this island, but still, compared to here, it's still cheaper. You'll see coming up on here on the left hand side is a Fora diving. So this is the dive shop that we actually booked our dive with. Very different than the first dive that we did at Koh Lanta, and I'll tell you about that later on.
They're coming to town for a massage.
Okay, so this is Pattaya Beach at night. This is where we actually arrived at on the pier, just further down.
We didn't go the other way, right?
At nighttime, this is the hopping beach. This is the
way,
party area of Koh Lipe. So it's all lit up. There's shows going on. There's restaurants, bars, but it is a more busy area of the island. Why we chose to go sunrise, which is a little bit more quieter. This was the one thing that I wanted to do besides diving, and I saw on videos and read about it. It was you can just rent the kayak, and it was like $7 for like 4 or 5 hours, and you can just actually kayak out into these clusters of islands around Koh Lipe, and these islands are uninhabited, and they're just small islands with a beach, and you can go snorkeling, go paddling around, swimming around this island. It's pretty cool, and it's pretty shallow on the way out there. It was just a great time. It was a good day, good exercise too. So. Man, look at that beach. I could stay here for another week. It's just beautiful out there. So we decided to take a long-tail boat to Sunset Beach. We had looked at earlier accommodations at Sunset Beach. The reason why we didn't go there because it's actually further northwest of the island, and it's kind of far away from everything, far away from the walking street, and there wasn't a lot of resorts there, so the prices weren't that great. But we wanted the opportunity to ride a long tail because we didn't get that chance in Phuket or Koh Lanta, and they were all over the place here, and the prices were good, and these guys were just looking to get some business, so decided to do that.
You want to sit over there so then tilt. There you go. That's good. We're sitting in? Sit front or back? Bamboo. What do we sit here or there? Or you sit here? Yeah. That's wet. This is not wet.
Oh well. Oh.
Okay. Kamga. Kamga. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am?
Huh?
You
Yeah.
paid for
Let's
it?
go. Let's get one. Oh. Yeah. Nice beach. Yeah. Should. I got a video, so.
Dreams still shine. We close our eyes. The waves roll in. Feel the
Hey, vehicle. Happy mojito. Free sex. Alrighty then. Am I missing something?
in our hearts. We're young again. A world where the sun never sets. No regrets.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No more death.
Oh, let's go for a drink.
Paradise is coming. I can feel it near. Paradise is coming, calling us here. Paradise is coming, dreams come true.
Is that here one of these? That's good of you. That's a dog here. I'll get a dog
It was
here.
almost a perfect sunset. Last second, few seconds, the cloud came in. You see it right there, and it kind of covered the sunset. So it was still beautiful, and I still was a little disappointed I didn't find the free sex.
Oh, did you go to the bathroom? Yeah, no, these are big stairs. Yikes. I wouldn't want to be going down this thing and drunk. Oh my god. Okay. Good? Oh, wow, look at this. All right, we're done. I think this is it.
Every dream feels fresh.
All right, here we go. Spanish Paella, Snorkel Point, rent kayak,
No more
beach bar, sunset way, happy mojito press. All right.
So you cannot rent scooters in Koh Lipe. The only scooters and tuk-tuks available are for people who live there or people who actually work in Koh Lipe. And all the motorcyclists and tuk-tuk drivers are all crazy. They're just, and they have these narrow paths they're going through. It's just wild. So we're back at the walking street to get some dinner. And this place that I come back to, this is the three times we come back to this place. It's just delicious. These skewers are all seafood. They're like, there's chicken, there's beef, there's like octopus. I love the octopus. There's shrimp, and she just grills it for you. She makes this incredible hot sauce that she puts over the meat, and it's just delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Madame Yoo Hoo! I can't believe we found her here. Madame Yoo Hoo is actually quite popular on the internet. She's in YouTube and she's on, I think, Instagram. And she goes around and she yoo-hoos, and you can hear her from like far away. And she basically sells food that she makes. She's been in Koh Lanta, she's been in Phuket, she's been all over the place. And just do a search on YouTube for Madame Yoo Hoo, and you'll see what I mean. I can't believe we bumped into her here. It's awesome. So this was the last day. We only did one dive. We only had time for the one dive, and it was at Stonehenge dive site with a company called Fora Divers, and you saw that earlier in the clip on the walking street. And it was so funny because when we first dove with Koh Lanta, it was such a professional setup with, you know, multiple dive masters and a big crew, a big nice boat, 2-level boat. And you were taxied to the boat, all your equipment was set up for you, and you were ready to go diving. Fora was probably the exact opposite. We get to the dive shop with our equipment, and I think they forgot about us, and they were supposed to transport us from the dive shop on the beach to the other side, Pattaya, to catch the boat to go diving. So they called the owner, and he came up with the little motorcycle, an old motorcycle, looked like from the 1940s, and it had a little car on the side. And there was 3 of us plus him, and he took us 3 onto this little motorbike with a little car, and we were going through the walking street. And good thing it was during the day, so it wasn't too busy. And we were going up and down hills, going up the hill, and the motorbike wasn't very powerful, so we had to actually lean forward. We got a crack out of that. We finally get to the boat. The boat was pretty old, and the equipment was really not set up. We had to set up our own equipment, and the boat was small that we had a tough time setting it up. But it was just a completely different experience. But the dive was excellent though, and that was the most important thing. All right, Mr.MiyagiStyle. This is our last night in Koh Lipe. We're going into town and getting some food after a dive. Anyway, say hi. Ciao. See you on the flip side. So this was a bit of an adventure in itself. This is where we're departing, going from Thailand to Malaysia. So we had to go through immigration, so we had to be there 2 hours before. And they go through the immigration process and take your passport. They actually keep your passport. So what you do is you board a long-tail boat, and a long-tail boat buses you with your luggage to a ferry. And you'll see here, you actually climb a long-tail boat up to the ferry, and you'll see all the luggage that's already put on there. And basically, you find a seat, and the ferry takes off. It's about an hour and a half, and we don't have our passport. So what the immigration does, they keep your passport. Probably about 20 minutes, half an hour down into your ferry ride, they come out and they give your passport back, which is, everybody's like, you know, a little bit nervous because nobody's got their passports on that ferry, right? So, but they ended up giving us the passport on the boat, and there was no issues at all. Alright, bye bye, Koh Lipe. This ends our 3-day stay at Koh Lipe. We had a great time here. Next destination is Langkawi, Malaysia. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys on the flip side. Bye.
The luggage. He took the luggage.